Have you ever encountered women who are like thorns among roses, with their beautiful appearance but extremely rude and unpleasant personality? It may sound unbelievable, but the truth is that in some countries known for beautiful and attractive women, such as France, Russia, and the United States, women can possess blunt personalities to the point of being unacceptable. They speak bluntly, coldly, and even somewhat arrogantly, leaving many people surprised and uncomfortable. And don't forget, I'll also tell you about the origin of the middle finger, the gesture that expresses the most rudeness worldwide. Today, let's explore 15 countries dubbed the rudest in the world based on research and surveys. Number 15, Netherlands. The Netherlands is a beautiful country with the capital city of Amsterdam having the most bicycles in the world. Women in this country are also very beautiful, but to many tourists, Dutch women can be very rude. For example, in shops, the greetings of the staff may be seen as cold. For most Dutch women, enthusiasm seems insincere. They are not accustomed to that level of enthusiasm. Many Dutch people wonder why you would ask them how they've been if you're not interested in the answer. Dutch women often communicate directly and openly, and they can talk straightforwardly about topics that others consider sensitive, such as money, politics, or appearance. They also rarely give compliments and often provide direct constructive feedback, which can make tourists feel uncomfortable. Moreover, Dutch women are quite frugal, therefore sharing bills when dining out, even when hanging out with friends, and they may not be willing to pay for others. Have you interacted with Dutch women before, and how did you feel about it? Please comment below. Number 14, China. China is the most populous country in the world with a long history and culture, always an attractive destination for tourists. Chinese women have fair, smooth skin, long, shiny black hair, and big, bright eyes. Their radiant smiles and elegant, youthful fashion style make them stand out. Their faces are harmonious with delicate features, both gentle and feminine, exuding strength and independence. However, alongside their unique beauty, tourists may sometimes encounter behaviors of Chinese women that make them feel uncomfortable, even rude. The straightforwardness in communication of Chinese women may make tourists, especially those from cultures that value modesty, feel offended. Similarly, language barriers can lead to unwarranted misunderstandings. Tourists who do not speak the common language may struggle to communicate with local women, and this can make them feel disrespected. Moreover, Chinese women often speak very loudly, sometimes even shouting. This behavior can be perceived as extremely rude by tourists from cultures that value quietness. Some customs and habits in China may make tourists feel uncomfortable, such as spitting in public places, a behavior seen in both men and women. However, it's important to remember that this is a habit deeply ingrained in the lives of people in some regions. Have you ever traveled to China and seen how women in this country are? Please comment your opinion below. Number 13, Russia. Russia is a vast country with a rich history and magnificent nature, always a dream destination for tourists. Russian women have heavenly beauty with shiny blonde hair, deep blue eyes, and smooth white skin. They're tall, slender figures with charming curves. But to fully experience it here, tourists need to be prepared for cultural differences that may make them feel bewildered, even uncomfortable with the rude women here. One of the biggest challenges when visiting Russia is the language barrier. English is not widely used, especially in remote areas. This can lead to misunderstandings and a feeling of disrespect. Moreover, Russian women are often seen as reserved, cold, and more formal in communication compared to other cultures. Women rarely engage in small talk in public and may have a serious expression and smile very little. This can make tourists feel unwelcome. Especially if you want to court Russian women, note that girls demand gifts, flowers, and a lot of attention. Moreover, Russian women are often very strong, independent, and confident. They tend to be straightforward in communication and have a clear stance, which can make men feel a lot of pressure when dating. Number 12, Germany. Germany is a country famous for its luxury cars, always holding a strong attraction for tourists. However, tourists coming here sometimes may encounter behaviors that make them feel uncomfortable, even rude. The gesture of raising the middle finger has long been seen as a rude and offensive action. According to the Roman historian Tacitus, during the confrontation between the Roman army and Germanic tribes, German warriors used this gesture to provoke the invading army. Since then, it has become a symbol of disrespect and challenge. German women are known for their straightforwardness, emphasis on efficiency, and adherence to rules. Women in Germany often communicate directly, not hesitating to express their opinions clearly, even if it may make others uncomfortable. They value punctuality, order, and legal compliance. This communication style may make tourists, especially those from cultures valuing discretion and indirectness, feel offended or disrespected. Strict adherence to rules and order sometimes leads Germans to be perceived as arrogant or looking down on others. German women value personal space and privacy. They often feel uncomfortable with excessive physical contact or intimate gestures in regular communication. This may make tourists, especially those from cultures valuing closeness and intimacy, feel cold or distant. If you are acquainted with any German women, you may notice that they often show little external expression of emotions, especially negative ones. They tend to restrain themselves and remain calm in all situations. Furthermore, the persistent diligence in the daily character of German women can sometimes leave first-time visitors feeling bewildered. In restaurants, asking for a glass of tap water sometimes can even annoy the servers if they feel it's a waste of time. Do you think German women are rude? Please leave a comment with your opinion below. Number 11, Greece. Greece is a beautiful country with picturesque beaches, mysterious islands, and ancient historical sites, always being a dream destination for travelers. However, did you know that the middle finger gesture, often used as a rude symbol in many countries, has its origins in ancient Greece? Were ancient Greeks rude? Feel free to comment your thoughts below. Indeed, ancient Greeks used this gesture over 2,500 years ago as a way to provoke and offend each other because it symbolized the phallus. Greek women are known for their friendliness and openness. However, they tend to stand quite close when conversing, which can make Western travelers uncomfortable due to the lack of personal space. Additionally, Greek women are often very straightforward and direct in communication, which can sometimes be misunderstood as disrespectful. In large gatherings, Greek women can display excessive intimacy with each other, embracing and patting each other naturally. This can make travelers, especially those from cultures valuing modesty and discretion, feel uncomfortable and awkward. Number 10, Israel. Israel, a country known for its advanced technology, vibrant entrepreneurial spirit, and unique historical and cultural landmarks, has always been an attractive destination for travelers. Additionally, Israeli women are famous for their direct communication style, valuing honesty and progressiveness. They do not hesitate to express their opinions clearly, even if it may make others uncomfortable. Softening one's words to protect someone's feelings is not common here. Israeli women are comfortable voicing their thoughts regardless of someone's status or position. They are not afraid to give direct advice, even criticism if they believe you are wrong. Some travelers may find the straightforwardness of women a bit too blunt, even bordering on rudeness. Israelis have a saying that if an Israeli thinks you're being foolish, they'll tell you. Even if asked for an apology, they might say, "I'm sorry, but you're being foolish." The amusing thing is that Israeli women often don't realize they come across as rude to foreigners, because women here are just themselves. This cultural phenomenon may stem from the fact that many Israeli women have served in the military. Israeli women tend to say what they think and expect others to exchange directly. So if they find you're talking nonsense, they might interrupt you when you do so. Additionally, in Israeli streets, using turn signals is not a sign of courtesy, but a sign of foolishness. Israeli women are known to be rude and blunt. A famous case was in 2015 when the technology company Intel introduced its employees to a guide on working with Israelis, warning them that they may be interrupted frequently and visitors may be surprised by the tone or loudness of the discussion. If you come to Israel, it's best not to argue with women. Arguments can easily become loud and violent, resulting in cursing. What do you think about the rude attitude of women in Israel? Leave a comment below. Number 9. France. France, the romantic country with a mesmerizing history, breathtaking landscapes, and vibrant culture, has always been a dream destination for travelers. It provides visitors with a sense of joie de vivre, the joy of living passionately, permeating every moment. French women have long been known for their elegant beauty, charm, and unique fashion style. They are symbols of confidence, romance, and always inspire women worldwide. However, alongside the enchanting beauty of French women, you'll be quite surprised as French women behave rather straightforwardly. French women are also known for their confident and independent demeanor. They are not afraid to express themselves and are not bound by societal expectations. France harbors unique cultural traits that may make travelers, especially those from different cultural backgrounds, feel unfamiliar and sometimes rude. French women are known for their direct communication style, valuing honesty. They do not hesitate to express their opinions straightforwardly, even if it may hurt others. This can lead to misunderstandings, especially with travelers accustomed to indirect communication and valuing modesty. In France, especially in major cities, public etiquette for women in Paris is to keep a distance from others, only communicating with brief eye contact and maintaining a serious face without smiling. Therefore, if you happen to be trying to flirt with women, don't. When interacting with a stranger, you need to maintain a certain level of formality. In France, when speaking to a stranger, bonjour is mandatory, and bonjour madame is a good gesture. Contrary to the customer-centric culture in some countries, France has a different view of service at restaurants. Female servers here are not overly concerned with displaying excessive friendliness or always wearing a smile. They simply focus on completing their tasks, including taking orders, serving food, and processing payments. This can make travelers, especially American tourists, feel uncomfortable and lacking in enthusiasm. Additionally, French women highly value their mother tongue. If you enter a store or start a conversation with a stranger in English without attempting to speak French, you may be considered rude and arrogant. Overall, French women tend to value privacy, preferring not to engage in small talk or empty compliments. They also do not hesitate to complain or express disappointment directly. These things can make travelers feel uncomfortable or offended. However, it's essential to remember that these cultural traits are not intentionally rude, but simply differences. When in France, travelers need to have an open-minded attitude, respect, and be willing to learn to understand and integrate into the local culture. Remember, behind those seemingly rude cultural traits is a country of France with a rich history, culture, and people who are unique and lovely. Number 8. Nigeria. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa with over 200 million people from various ethnic groups and languages, making it a promising destination for travelers who love to explore unique cultures. Nigeria is known for its vibrant music scene, diverse cuisine, and rich flavors like colorful festivals, traditional arts, and crafts. In addition to enticing music and food, Nigerian women can sometimes make some foreign tourists feel extremely uncomfortable with their communication style, both online and in person. Nigerian women are also known for their direct communication style, expressing themselves openly and confidently. They often speak loudly, use many gestures and body language, which can make tourists feel extremely rude. Nigerian women also use a lot of sarcasm and irony in communication. This humorous and sarcastic tone can confuse tourists and misinterpret the meaning of the story. Some comments that seem rude are actually part of their friendly banter, which may take some time for foreigners to get used to. The fast-paced urban culture in Nigeria can make people wary and suspicious of others. Women often aggressively jostle for space on public transportation and vie for priority. Especially when driving, women often curse when they feel their rights are being violated due to poor enforcement of traffic regulations. Moreover, something as simple as a friendly morning greeting can be misunderstood as suspicion, as they wonder what the person wants from them. Nigerian women tend to be skeptical and unimpressed with everything. If opening a door is considered polite in Western culture, and you have to say thank you and smile when someone holds the door for you, this is not the case in Nigeria because it is not part of their cultural norm. Furthermore, the concept of time in Nigeria is often more flexible than in Western cultures. Being late is considered normal and not highly valued. Negotiation is an important part of shopping culture in Nigeria. Nigerian women who sell goods often start with high prices and expect buyers to haggle to reach a reasonable price. This may make tourists, especially those from cultures unfamiliar with bargaining, feel cheated or taken advantage of. Number 7, England. British women. These girls are extremely rude and cold. Does anyone recognize this? Please comment below. As some women from my country mentioned above, British women often communicate very frankly without looking down on anyone. For example, they can express their opinions directly even when they know it may hurt others. A common stereotype about British culture is that British women are extremely cold, unfriendly, aloof. If you want to meet any girl on the street, you will find this hopeless. Because these girls are always cautious and do not like talking to strangers. When in public, British women are very reserved. They consider it out of the ordinary to engage in conversation with strangers. On public transport, you'll mostly see British women reading a book, looking at their phone, or wearing headphones. This is a very individualistic culture. Besides, British women love the words please and thank you, and they have many sarcastic, elusive, and witty ways of communicating that many people consider rude. For example, a girl making a promise to a guy like, "Let's go get a drink," is a way of being polite. Both sides usually know this is unlikely to happen, but some foreigners take this literally and do it. But anyway, it's quite rude for British women to never keep their promises. Have you encountered British women and how did you feel? Please comment below. Number 6, America. Americans have a rude and bossy attitude toward others because they believe that America is the best country in the world, so we don't care what non-Americans think. Many American women, when entering restaurants, talk loudly and put their feet on the chairs and are extremely impolite. On chair. In the United States, women are never afraid to laugh loudly and boldly, no matter where they are. The noise of the people of this country makes tourists feel uncomfortable. Additionally, in the U.S., tipping is an expected part of many services, such as dining, taxis, and hotels. Guests may feel pressured to tip high, even if they are dissatisfied with the service. American women often eat quickly and pay little attention to eating etiquette. They may chew with their mouth open, talk while eating, and leave the table after eating without waiting for others. In addition, they also often eat a lot of fast food and sweets, which is considered quite rude in some other cultures. Number 5, Spain. Spanish women are hot and fiery, but these girls are considered extremely rude. Spanish women often talk very loudly and boisterously. They also tend to stand very close to each other when talking and can make strong, direct eye contact, which is not okay with many tourists. Additionally, if you talk to Spanish women, you need to be prepared that they may also interrupt each other while talking. Middle-aged women here often discuss others and criticize them. Even if you are a foreigner, you are no exception. Spanish women may also not adhere to a strict schedule and may arrive late for appointments. However, women in southern Spain are much more beautiful and friendly than in the rest of Spain. After a while, you get used to it and understand that the rudeness of Spanish women is only due to their culture. You find out that people are quite nice and honest, and if you need help, they will help you. Number 4, India. India is a mysterious country with a long history and culture, always welcoming visitors with a warm smile and a spirit of hospitality. But this country also has a lot of rude women. If you come here, you will see that jostling, pushing in line, talking over others, or standing too close in personal space are common behaviors in India that foreign visitors may notice. These actions, although they may cause discomfort to visitors, are normal in Indian society. Indian women are always angry and upset for some reason. They will scream or argue with each other. This woman was rude and always seemed unhappy or arrogant. This makes many tourists feel extremely uncomfortable. Some tourists shared that they had encountered disrespectful situations when traveling to India. Indian women can stare, poop, and make rude comments about their appearance, making visitors feel scared, uncomfortable, and negatively affecting their impression of the country and people of India. Number 3. South Korea. South Korean women have porcelain white, smooth skin, glossy black hair, and big, sparkling eyes. Their radiant smiles and stylish, youthful fashion always make them stand out. However, South Korean women often speak in a higher tone compared to some other cultures. This can make travelers feel like they are shouting and perceive them as very rude. Additionally, South Korean women are more comfortable with physical contact compared to some other cultures. They may touch your shoulder or arm when talking, or even stand very close to you. This can make travelers from cultures that value personal space feel uncomfortable. Another aspect that may make you feel South Korean women are rude is that they often eat loudly, especially when dining with friends or family. They may sniff into their napkin at the dining table, talk while chewing, and chew with their mouths open. Sharing food is common in South Korea. South Koreans may use the same chopsticks with others or take food directly from each other's plates. This behavior can be perceived as very uncomfortable and rude by travelers from other cultures. Number 2, Poland. Poland, a country located in the heart of Europe, is a melting pot of ideas and cultural conflicts. Despite a history full of turmoil, especially during World War II, Poland still holds a strong allure for tourists. However, this may not be the ideal destination for the faint-hearted. Alongside impressive historical landmarks, travelers here may sometimes encounter different experiences, even lacking delicacy, due to the straightforwardness of the locals. Poland is ranked as one of the most honest countries in the world, but this straightforward honesty can be seen as rude by those unfamiliar with it. People here often express their opinions openly and directly, which can make many feel uncomfortable or even offended. However, contrary to the rude appearance, Polish people are very open and easy to befriend. They are willing to share their thoughts, opinions, and always welcome tourists to their country. If you're open-minded and willing to immerse yourself in the local culture, you'll have the opportunity to make friends with friendly and interesting Polish people. Number 1, Saudi Arabia. Located in the heart of the Middle East, Saudi Arabia is a region rich in culture and tradition, where customs and traditions originate deeply from Arab society. For tourists, Saudi Arabia may bring new and different experiences compared to Western cultures. Some rules and customs here may make tourists feel uncomfortable or even rude. One of the most obvious differences between Saudi Arabia and Western countries is the dress code regulation. Tourists, especially women, need to dress modestly in public places, avoiding exposed shoulders, knees, and flesh. This regulation may make some tourists feel uncomfortable when visiting here. In Saudi Arabia, men and women are often separated in public spaces. For example, there may be separate areas for men and women in restaurants, cafes, and public transportation. During the day, many business activities will pause for people to perform prayer rituals. This may make it difficult for tourists to arrange their schedules. So, there we have explored the 15 countries with the rudest women. What do you think about women from these countries? Have you visited any of these countries yet? Remember to comment and share your thoughts with me. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos. See you again in the next videos.